Hi, I'm Dr. Mike Milligan. I'm a dentist in Bloomington, Illinois, and I'm here today with a physician from Springfield, Illinois, Dr. Craig Bax, who has a satellite office here in Bloomington. Dr. Bax, thanks so much for being with us.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, we're here today to talk about how physicians and dentists should work together for the better health of their patients, in particular today about heart attack, strokes, and diabetes. And so, Dr. Bax, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and what you do?
So I've been a general internist for over 30 years and doing primary care internal medicine. Spent a little bit of time in administrative medicine, but found my way back to my first love, and that's patient care.
Right.
And about almost 5 years ago, I discovered the Bale-Donine method for heart attack, stroke, and diabetes prevention.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's Dr. Brad Bale out of Nashville and Amy Donine out of Spokane, who developed a method for preventing heart attacks, strokes, diabetes, these types of concerns in patients. Speak all over the country.
Right.
And so just want to kind of explain what that was.
Absolutely. And what was intriguing is the really outrageous concept of offering a guarantee that their method was so effective that they would put their money at risk and refund their fees if you had a heart attack or a stroke.
Right.
But when I found out that it really is that effective, I just had to change the way I approached arterial disease and type 2 diabetes in my practice.
Right.
And so I took the preceptorship. I've been to it twice, a couple years apart.
That's the training.
I've been implementing it in my practice, first to the patients that I already took care of in my practice, and then I decided to really try to reach out to more patients in more of a consulting role so that patients can get the beyond the standard care for arterial disease and really live a life that's free of the risk of heart attack, stroke, and type 2 diabetes, and even dementia. So there's just so many reasons why we all have our personal reasons why we want to live long and why we want to live well, and whether it be family or work or serving our community. And
Absolutely.
so, it's really very rewarding work.
It is. You know, my family history, the way I got into this is my uncles died in their 50s from heart attacks and strokes. My dad died at age 65 after 2 triple heart bypasses in his 50s. I knew I was going to die at age 65. Well, I'm 65. And I found Dr. Bale and Donine about 8 years ago and immediately became their patient. Went to the preceptorship, understand their teachings, and my numbers are great now. I'm not going to die of cardiovascular disease. It's going to be something else that gets me. And if you want the peace of mind that your cardiovascular system is good, heart attacks, strokes, number one cause of death, disability. It's not just the death, it's the disability too. We see patients all the time that have had a heart attack or stroke, changes their lives dramatically. And if you don't want that, this is a great place to help prevent that, ahead of the curve that's out there now.
And clearly, the earlier you start with prevention, the better. But it's never too late. Even people who have had events, heart attacks, strokes, stents, bypass surgery, they can avoid that next event that could be the one that really does them in, or they survived one, they think they were lucky, the system rescued them. Well, the next time they may not be so lucky. The ambulance might not get there in time. They may not make it to the cath lab in time. And so we really preach that prevention is really the answer to this very preventable disease. And unfortunately, the current system doesn't really understand how to do this well, and therefore promotes the idea that you do a few basic things. You monitor your cholesterol, you take a medication, you keep your blood pressure under control, don't smoke. If you get diabetes, control it. And then wait for the event, right? And there's so many opportunities to intervene at a much earlier stage and make ourselves healthier.
Right. Well, and it's just like anywhere your blood goes, even your eyes, or your brain, you have little micro events all along. And what you said was, the earlier you begin preventing these problems, the better, because these things it's a slow deterioration. Well, the early, and then finally an event. the earlier you can catch this and prevent that slow deterioration, the longer your brain, your eyes, and your lungs and everywhere else the blood goes is
Right.
going to be healthy.
Right.
The healthier it's going to be. So it's a wonderful thing. What else would you like to tell us about this? Or
Well, I think one of the challenges has been to merge the role of the dentist and the physician, the hygienists, and other healthcare providers to deliver this care, because one of the things that is not commonly practiced in medicine in general is collaboration between our dental healthcare providers and our medical providers. We practice in silos, and so
you
I
keep
was
the mouse actually connected to the body.
exactly.
Oh my goodness.
And so, but in order to make that connection in patient care, we have to connect our practices in some way. And
Absolutely.
in the ideal world, that might mean ultimately in the same location, in the same building. But at this point in time, it was really exciting for me to learn that you were just 60 miles down the road, and you'd already been trained. You were already convinced that this was the right thing to do. And you learned that I was close by, and you didn't have to convince a physician that this is the right thing to do. So we're really excited to be working with you.
That's right. It's a great team. And dentally, there are certain things that are we can help prevent heart attacks and strokes and diabetes, in that the bacteria in the mouth, whether it's gum disease or infections of root canals, abscess teeth, these can trigger problems that then affect the heart attacks and strokes
Absolutely.
and the entire cardiovascular system. Obstructive sleep apnea, we can help greatly with that. We've got a wonderful myofunctional therapy training the muscles of the mouth and head and neck, and with better breathing, or oral appliances to help sleep apnea. One of the things that we look at as a cause of heart attacks and strokes. So in many ways, dentists can help. But the dentists have to know about it. The physicians have to know that we
Right.
are able to help, and then we can work together for the better health of the patients.
Absolutely.
Great.
And if you see your patients who have periodontal disease, you need a healthcare professional who actually pays attention to that and sees that as a medical issue, in some cases a medical urgency, if not an emergency, to look for other evidence of disease that can be related to that, like arterial disease and type 2 diabetes.
And like my wife just had an appointment with Dr. Bax about an hour and a half ago. So we believe in this, and we are totally on board.
And we're going to keep her information private from this audience.
Absolutely.
But, I think it's a good thing that she has a good team looking after her.
It is. Is there anything else that you would like to say before we close?
Well, I think it's really important to look beyond the standard healthcare paradigm for the best care. So much of what I'm finding in the type of care that I delivered before I discovered Brad and Amy's approach to this problem is that it works to a certain extent, but it doesn't get optimal results.
Right.
And unfortunately, it isn't always supported by insurance payments, so there may be an investment that patients have to make out of their own pocket to get some additional testing. But if you're not worth it, I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, your life can be dependent upon it. Your ability to continue to work and serve others, or enjoy your retirement, or however you want to live your life, can be so adversely affected by these preventable events. So why would you not want to try to do everything you can to prevent it? So
Absolutely agree. Absolutely. How do we get more information? How do we get in touch with you?
So we've been doing a lot of work over the last year on our website, which is the centerforprevention.com, THE, centerforprevention.com. And we've got a whole host of material there that, based in large part on Brad and Amy's book, Beat the Heart Attack Gene, and we always recommend that our patients read that book as many times as they possibly can so we're all speaking the same language.
Right.
And our phone number is 217-321-1987. That's in Springfield, Illinois, out near the mall. But we do come to Bloomington and to Peoria, and we're happy to see patients here with Dr. Mike and whoever will have us help work with them.
Absolutely. And our website is eastlanddental.com. I also have a great website up with a lot of information on it, oralsystemic.link.net, oralsystemic.link.net, and our office number is 309-663-4711. If you care about your health, this is a great place to start. Dr. Bax, thanks so much for being with us.
Absolutely. Thank you.